What's poppin'? Welcome to another episode of Flavor Video.
Yeah.
I was dying to say that.
Oh man,
Got my man Bobby Simmons in the house.
Bobby Simmons, the legend.
Flavor Videos.
That's right. If you from Brooklyn, I mean really from Brooklyn, then you know what it is.
Everywhere over the tri-state area.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know.
But Brooklyn always
We
represented.
repping BK, man.
Yo, Bobby so real quick, we gotta educate some of y'all.
Yeah, for those that don't know.
Flavor Videos is like one of the first video shows. I don't even remember Flavor. It was Flavor Video Music Box.
And it was
No, it was-
B-Cat.
No, but it was Video Music Box first.
Okay.
Always. I used to work.
Ralph?
I used to work with Ralph.
Okay.
When he started Video Music Box back in '85. '85, yeah. Yeah. I started Flavor Videos in '93.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just know we got a lot of beatings because of Bobby Simmons. And the reason why you would get beat is because of
Using
Bobby
your
Simmons.
phone and your phone.
Back then, you had to call. And when you call, they charge you by the minute. So these niggas will keep you on the phone, him and Ray. They keep you on that phone asking you questions. Make you feel like a star when they was taking your money. You know what I'm saying? Their job was to keep you on that phone.
Yeah.
You call up there and request your video and then start telling Bobby about your life story. Then your mother get that phone bill. She got $20 extra on that bill.
That's your ass.
Oh, man. I did try to get people off quick, though. I used to always say, yo, do your shout outs and get up, but they always wanted to, say extra stuff, so I let them,
They
do
want their
it.
15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, let them do it.
But that 15 minutes was $9.99 a minute.
That shit was crazy. I don't even know what the price was. I just know that bill came.
Yeah,
I remember the first time I got my first bill. Because I was actually, dang, I don't even know where to start with Bobby, man. Bobby's a friend of mine. I would say that first. First and foremost. And unlike a lot of other people, I had a group called Us.
Supergroup Us.
And Bobby gave us our shot. People gave us shot. It was easier for people to fuck with you back then. Won't lie about that. But Bobby went above and beyond. So let me just tell you, thank you.
No.
First and foremost, he went above and beyond. I remember being on my couch in my living room, and I watched Bobby Simmons every day. I think it was like at 2:30, 4:30, something like that.
Yeah, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 to 7.
Yes.
And I would come back and do the late show. Midnight to 6 in the morning.
So he was getting mad money from y'all niggas. But that's a whole other story. He kept the lights on that building for real. That's like 23rd Street or something like that?
Yeah, 23rd.
Yeah, I remember that. And I remember calling Bobby Simmons, and we had just put out a couple of videos. I'm like, yo, Bobby, why you never play our video? He's like, yeah, I'll play your video. So he played our video, and I'm calling back. Yo, Bobby, why you never have us on the show? You want to come to the show? Yo, y'all can come up to the show. And we came up to the show, and we never went home, bro. It was like, we was there like every week, like once a week.
Yep.
And he would just allow us to come up there, bro. We got a video with you. You came down to the video. You shot the video with us in East New York.
Yeah, East New York.
Oh, East New York Worldwide. You came down there and shot the video with us.
Yep.
He just showed us tremendous love, bro. Not only that, I think Bobby was the reason for us, and especially myself, because I say me and Faison, we was like the ghetto celebs out of the group at that time. And I got so much cheeks and ass from being on Bobby Simmons' show, man. I remember one time this girl called to show up, this old lady too. I'm telling the story now.
Go ahead.
She called this old lady. Bobby probably knows who she is. I don't remember who she is. And she's like, oh, I love Styles. I love Styles.
Yep.
And Ray was like, yo, hit that. You got to hit that.
Yep.
Hit that. Right? So they keep her on the phone, take her money. So I get her on the line, and she give me the number. She's like, Styles, I'm going to rock your world. I'm telling you, watch what I'm going to do. And if you got a friend, bring your friend too.
I remember. I know who that is.
Yo.
Yeah.
She came from Brownsville. She came to the crib. And me and Paul, we was young. She was older than us. She was way older than us. And me and Paul was doing the Eiffel Tower, slapping hands over her head. Me and Paul, man, like, I would get so many chicks from being on Bobby. People used to stop me. Yo, you was on Bobby Simmons. To this day, I still get people that text me about being on your show. Wow. I remember y'all from Bobby Simmons. And that's the impact that you had. You made us ghetto celebrities when we was nobodies, bro. So I appreciate you for that,
Appreciate that very much, man. No. And well, that's what the show was about. I created the show of course, after coming off of working with Ralph for Video Music Box, and also I was almost going to be at MTV. Thank God I didn't go over there. I created the show because me being in the group myself, because I'm also in the group. Stetsasonic.
Yeah, I don't know that. Stetsasonic.
Yeah. Right. And so, I knew that a lot of cats, they wanted to get put on, but nobody wasn't really putting them on because they used to always say, "Yo, Bobby, man, I have a video, but MTV or BT won't play it because it's on VHS and it's not professional quality." And my attitude was, it don't have to be professional quality. Just come up with the video, VHS tape, and I put it on our play. And that's what I did with certain people. I mean, if you remember, not only did I play your video, but I also played groups like the Rose Family video, or Marksman. I played their video. And there was this one guy, his name was Jay Quinn, but now he go by the name of 7 Up, who used to be down with Nicki Minaj and what's the other guy named? Bolegalu's son. And what's the other guy that used to...
Safari.
Safari. They were in a group called the Hood Stars. And I played their video. That's when she was called Nicki Minaj. And I would play their video. So I was like, yo, I'm just giving people, opportunities. Just give me the video. I created the show because at the time, before I started Flavor Videos, I used to do stand-up comedy. It would be me, Tracy Morgan, Donnell Rollins, and we used to do the comedy club on 125th Street. And we would play, work out routines. Well, first of all, that was the hardest thing for me to do. I couldn't do like a 15-minute set and try to make people laugh. That was really hard. So that's why I big up all the, comedians who came through that trenches. So what I used to do was, I used to host the shows. So it gave me like 2 minutes to just tell a joke real quick and people laugh. And then, the next group coming up, or next act coming up. So I created Flavor Videos so I can act up on screen and then take a break and play the music videos. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. That was your pause.
Right, exactly. That was the whole reason of creating that. And I gave a lot of people shots. I tell this story. I proudly tell this story on your show, as I told on other people who I talked to about it, is that I proudly always tell people, man, nobody would have never known who Eminem was if it wasn't for me. Literally. When he first came out, MTV didn't play him, BT didn't play him. I remember his partner was a friend of his. He used to work at Priority Records. And he said, "Yo, Bobby," because they all knew my show was like, "Yo, we know you break hip-hop videos." And I remember he brought Eminem up and said, "Yo, could you break him?" And I broke him. But, of course, his success happened when Dre and them all got in and worked the magic. And it's documented. I have it documented where, like, me and Eminem is in the bathroom taking a piss. Like, literally, we're taking a piss. Like, it's not us faking.
Pause.
No. I'm not doing the pause. It's like, we was taking a piss, in the bathroom, and the guy kept recording, and we knew he was, still recording. So I created the show just to give everybody an opportunity, just to rock their videos, man. And I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut it off. And I didn't ask for no money from nobody.
That's where I was going.
Didn't ask for no money.
And it was never a payola situation.
Right. I never asked for no money. It's like,
never. Not one time he ever asked us for any money.
Right. But there is something that I did say, and y'all did it, but there was other people who did it, and may he rest in peace. I always have respect for him too. But I always used to say, just come back.
Oh, no, we always came back.
They always came back. But what a lot of people came back. Snoop came back. Mary came back. A lot of people that I had on in the early days wound up coming back. Even Diddy came. He came back too. But he came to my studio. I didn't go to his studio. He's in my studio, 23rd Street. But it was the one who I wanted to come back, and he never came back. Or he never brought Ja Rule up, was Irvin. I actually broke their video when they were, what was the name of their group? And Ja was like the...
oh, you talking about way back.
Yeah, way back. Like before Ja Rule even broke his... he even broke Ja Rule. They were a group called the...
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, it's losing me. But I remember the same thing what y'all did. It was like, yo, people in Harlem, they used to watch the show and they'd be like, yo, how can I get my video played on your show? And I would say, just bring it up. And he brought it up. And I said, well, when y'all break again, just come back. And when Ja Rule broke, Irv I never got a chance to interview Ja Rule.
Real quick, rest in peace to Irv.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But he was good people, though. It was just that I was disappointed that he didn't come back.
Irv was a hustler. I never got to work with Irv, but I've been around him
on
a few different occasions.
Right.
Coming up in the music business. And I tell you, his grind was like no other.
Oh, yeah.
I want to give my condolences to his brother.
Yeah.
We bump into his brother all the time. We just did an interview not too long ago with his brother. I see his brother all the time at Gersh in the summertime. So, to lose a brother, that gotta hurt.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
what I'm saying? So shout out to his brother. My condolences to him and his family, man. And
But he was a hustler, though.
he was a hustler. And people, take care of your bodies, man. Just want to say that real quick, man. This is no shot at Drink Champs, right? But I did see Irv on Drink Champs, and they had played, since he died, they played the interview. I mean, he's like, yeah, I'm not taking care of myself like that. You know what I mean? Then with diabetes, you can't be drinking like that.
Right.
So then I seen, Drink Champs, because they got a lot of great interviews over there. They had Vibes Cartel this week.
Oh, yeah, and I saw him.
And he's drinking. I'm like, yo, Nori, and it's not a shot to them. Like, yo, when you know people in certain conditions, you shouldn't be even offering them that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially because we lost so many great dudes from sickness. We just lost Clark Kent. We just lost so many people from all kind of ailments. Like, yo, we can't offer them that type of stuff if we know what's happening. Like, that should just be stopped. But, that's just my opinion. But, opinions like assholes, everybody got them. But R.I.P. to Irv, man.
I will say R.I.P. to Irv. A lot of people don't know. Irv is the first dude to ever hit my line for money and violence. I don't even know how the hell he got my number. He just called me out of nowhere. And he's actually who put Jay onto the show. You know what I mean? So, R.I.P. to Irv, man. 'Cause like I said, he's out there trying to make it happen.
Yeah. And they would. I think that's one of the great things that I liked about doing that show, having y'all on. And then we worked together, too. It was like, yo, B.
We did a video together.
You shot my video.
We shot his video later on. Poo-Tang. Yeah, that was a great day.
Man.
Oh, man, that was a great day. I forgot about that, Bobby.
Yeah, Poo-Tang.
Yeah, Irk in the video going crazy with you.
Yep.
Irk?
Yep, Poo-Tang. We shot that. I never forget that day. We shot that from 7 in the morning until midnight. And it was cold outside. And all the girls was out there with their skirts on and they boots. I'm like, yo, it's cold out here.
They came out for Bobby.
Yeah, they show love, and I appreciate
him and Irk was going crazy in that video.
Yeah.
Shout out to Irk.
Yeah. So I definitely appreciate the fact what you said, and I was happy just to, do. And even to this day, I'm still doing it now because there's a lot of people, new artists who I've recently interviewed. But I interview everybody, not just rappers or singers. I interview actors, actresses, comedians. I just had Nick Callis from Saturday Night Live on recently.
Entertainers.
Yeah. So I kind of give it a broad. Well, I was giving it a broad, thing back then too. But because I always looked at my show when I was doing the show. I always looked at what Don Cornelius was doing, and then I looked at what Arsenio Hall was doing. Those literally were my heroes. You know what I'm saying? That made me want to host. I mean, I like Dick Clark too because American Bandstand. You watch that, but Soul Train, and then seeing Arsenio Hall, another black guy, have his own talk show. I was like, yo, I need to be in that kind of space. So creating flavor videos was part in the $2.99 a minute, but creating flavor videos was a great way to introduce more hip hop artists. And to this day, a lot of them are still my friends. Big shout out to Smith and Wesson. Big shout out to Smooth the Hustler, who actually did a record with us just recently.
I got a crazy story about that too. Oh my God. Yo, Bobby. Oh my God, this is so crazy, man. I'm embarrassed to tell the story, but it's damn near 30 years ago. So Bobby had called me, and Bobby was like, "Yo, Styles, I need you on this record because I just like how you rap."
Oh, okay, yeah.
On this record, right? And I ain't never been, at that time when I first started rapping, I was only around my crew.
Right.
I never rapped outside the crew. You know what I'm saying? Or at least in the studio outside the crew. So I had this rap ready. Bobby, back then you didn't have the beat. Like nobody gave you the beat. You got the beat when you got to the studio. You know
Right.
So we got to the studio and he was like, "Yo, I want you and I want Precious Paris."
Right.
Precious, she got signed to 50. I got a deal with 50 later on in life. Precious, she was a part of the group at the time. And he said, "It's you, Precious, and Smooth and Trig." So I had knew Smooth and Trig because we used to battle when I was in high school. They used to come around with DVLA's Christ, and we used to battle. But I never really knew them like that. I knew them from Brownsville, from East New York, and they had, what's the record they had?
Broken Language.
And they kind of blew up. And they used to have Foxy Brown before she was
Right,
AKA.
she's Inga.
Inga, yeah, she was AKA when they was actually writing for her back then. And they came in like some professionals. And I didn't know these niggas at this time. Like, I just know them in passing, you know what I'm saying? Yo, they came in and they did some back-to-back shit. Before Styles and P, it was Trigger and Smooth.
Yep.
And they was going back and forth. Yo, son, I'm telling you. And they was going crazy. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So, yo, I bowed out the song, bro.
Yeah, he did. I told him, I said, yo, you gonna give me something? I said, well, take it home and then let me know and come back. He just said, nah, B, it should just be done. Like, what? Come on, man.
Yo, man, my crew looked at me so crazy. But that forever changed. I vowed after that day that would never happen to me again. But they were so professional, just knew how to. It was just crazy. It was like, yo, you be playing around with your crew. They was definitely more seasoned than me. So, but Bobby also gave me the opportunity to do that. And, you know, me and Smooth and Trig became friends after that. You know, me and Trig did songs after that together. You know what I'm saying? So we became real cool with each other years down the line.
But that's why I did it. I did it because I knew what you could do, and I knew what I was looking for this record. At that time, we talking about this was what I believe this was what maybe this was 99. I think maybe 99, 98 or 99 when I did that.
Yeah,
because it was a while back because I didn't release Poo-Tang yet. I recorded it. I was preparing the album because I was going to be for the album, and so this was like maybe 99, and I knew I wanted to bring back that cypher freestyle kind of record. And I said, nah, man, yo, you could do it, man. So I told him, I said, take it home and let's do it right. Nah, B, I'm about this one. Nah, it should just be Pat me because they sound dope together. I was like, are you trying to sell me something, man? I wanted them on it.
I sold his record back to him.
And the track that I used, or the track that I sampled and looped and I played it on the, at the time we was using the SP, I took the kick and the snare from We Will Rock You. That boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, bop. I took that. And then I had a guitar player do original guitar lines to it. And the record was actually called Fuck You. That's what it was called. It was called Fuck You.
Well, it was Smooth Trigger. I don't know where you're at now, but
they all right. We just did. I know. We just did a record.
It was the other day.
Yeah, he just did a record with us.
We could do the record now, my nigga. I'm good. that shit ain't happening.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? They ain't happening.
Yeah.
But you know, what I want to talk about. First of all, where's Ray?
Ray's in Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out to my man Ray. Yeah.
Nobody never saw Ray. Ray was and that was the crazy shit too, because I thought it would be like some white people running the boards in the back. It was this hood nigga in the back. Ray
from Queens.
With braids in the back, go crawl roast going straight back in the back running. The phone was in the video. So shout out to Ray. If you see this Ray, shout out to you. I ain't seen you in years.
Ray's my dude, man. Yeah. Ray has always been my dude. One time we had an altercation with the owner of the station.
The white boy.
Yeah, he was I think Jim was German. I think he was German. Yeah, he was German. And he had an altercation with Ray. I don't remember what the altercation was, but I remember we was on the staircase. We were on 23rd Street and Park Avenue. I don't know what the altercation was, but Jim wanted him. He didn't want him to run my show no more. He didn't want him to run the board no more. So Ray contested this. I told Jim, I said, yo, if Ray don't, run my show, I'm not doing the show. I'm not going to. And he was like, oh, So whatever the altercation was, I think we stood for like maybe an hour or two, and I had to start the show at 3 o'clock. And 3 o'clock came. I'm like, yo, I'm not doing the show unless Ray's, running my board. He's the only one that can run my board. And then finally, Jim and Ray talked, and then we started the show at like 6 o'clock. So 6, 7, and we told everybody we'll see you at midnight. But Ray has always been someone.
That's some loyal shit.
Yeah, he, me and him, we did some things in that studio, man.
I bet you did.
And the cops rolled us. People keep thinking that was fake. No, what y'all doing on Instagram is fake. What we did back then, or what happened to us back then, was real. Everybody doing stuff on Instagram for likes.
Yeah.
I used to play the X-rated videos, remember?
Yeah.
I would play the Sitting on Chrome by Master Ace and, Digital Underground. I would play all the X-rated videos. This one time, I got a hold of Luke's 2 Live Crew video where he's in Japan. He had the girl actually giving him a blowjob on stage, like she was sucking. So, like I said, you could put me in something I'm standing on it. So everybody's like, yo, B, don't you play that. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to play it. Ain't nobody going to say nothing. So I already put it in, and I played it. And everybody was like, oh, shit, the phones was lighting up, and the girl was sucking, giving, Luke, this is a video. We got phone calls. A lady called the police and told them that we was running an X-rated porn spot.
What?
So they and said we had young girls up there that we're trafficking young girls, and one girl, I saw one guy she was performing on him live in that place in the studio, and I'm like, she either old or stupid because there was a concert. The studio was small, you could see the at some had the blue wall and stuff like that. So what's they talking about? The cops came in and literally didn't even say, hey, can we talk, y'all? They were just like, yo, everybody come out the room. And I was like, I ain't coming out the room. I'm on live on TV doing this live like, oh, we gonna create some drama. And all of a sudden I said, no, I ain't coming out the room. Ray was like, yo, B, you need to come out the room because the cops are, and the cop came in the room talking about, I said, I need you to come out. I said, yo, I ain't coming out. And then Ray hit the lights out. And when Ray hit the lights out, and then everybody, I was pretending like the cops was beating me up. I was yo. They wasn't beating me up though. But they was pretending.
You was making good TV.
But exactly. But they actually.
Bobby almost got himself shot.
No, but that almost happened because the cop had his hand on his gun and told Ray to turn back on the light. But luckily he told Ray to shut the videos off because Ray started to play a video. He said, shut the videos off. So Ray just shut the whole show off. Period. And that's when people was like, yo, what happened? The next day, I didn't come on. Everybody was looking for us. We didn't come on. Everybody said, yo, what happened? The cops came in, and we was trying to tell them, we're playing videos. We're playing X-rated videos and stuff like that. They didn't arrest us. It took us almost like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to convince them that we're playing videos. We had to call Jim to let them know because they was wondering why we was in the studio by ourselves, who run this studio. And we had to call Jim and let him know that we was working from 12 to 6 a.m. in the morning. So I told Ray, I said, yo, Ray, let's not go on the next day. Let's make people talk about what happened last night. And people talked about it.
Of course they did.
Yo, Bobby was the first one. I want to tell you this too. Because he talked about the Instagram thing. I don't know if you remember this, Moe. When Bobby used to do the dance contest with himself.
Skits.
Yeah.
Skits.
Bobby was doing skits way before all these other niggas was doing skits by himself.
Skits.
He had the double screen.
Yeah.
So
skits. Well, again, that was the reason why I did flavor videos because, again, I wanted to do stand-up, but it was like, I can't do 30 minutes of jokes, but I can do skits and pieces. And the first skit I actually really did, everybody keep thinking it was the Biggie skit. No, the first skit I did was Casey and JoJo before they were Casey and JoJo. Because that song I did was a Jodeci record. I was only able to do 2 split screens.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to do 4 guys, in a screen. So I just said, well, it's only Casey and JoJo singing on this Jodeci record, so let me pretend like I'm Casey and JoJo. And so I was doing Casey and JoJo impersonation before they became Casey and JoJo. And I saw Casey and JoJo after that. Actually, Casey thought it was funny. JoJo was just like, he didn't think it was funny. I was like, it was funny. I don't think it's funny, man. It's like, it's funny. Come on, man. I was performing your song,
but learn to laugh at yourself.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I think because I overdid it with, I think the reason why Casey liked it because I literally did him and overdid his performance the way he does it.
All that shit was funny, man. We used to die laughing back in the days.
Yeah. Now the Biggie one, I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off, but the Biggie one, the Give Me the Loot skit, everybody loves that one.
That's probably one of your most classic ones.
That one is everybody. They asking me to this day, yo, you should put that up. And I got all my videos. I'm waiting to kind of put it up, but that seems to be the biggest one that got the most response. Yeah. And people keep asking me, yo, you ever met Biggie? And I didn't have a relationship with Biggie, like everybody think that just because I was in the music business. But my partner Daddy-O had a relationship with Biggie. They were friends. They lived down the block from each other. Daddy-O lived on Putnam and Gates. And Biggie was up the block, over there. And Daddy-O, they had that brownstone. So I actually came across Biggie twice. The first time I came across Biggie is when Daddy-O was producing Mary J. Blige's Real Love record. And they did that in his house. That's the record you hear. Look up in the sky, and he says, peace to Daddy-O. Right, Biggie did that. So I got the experience to watch Biggie cut that track in Daddy-O's studio. And I'm thinking to myself, and he was sitting in there because Daddy-O's short. So he built his studio just for him. So we all had to duck to get in the studio. And I remember Biggie was sitting on the chair. So again, I didn't have a relationship with him. But he was sitting in the chair smoking. And Puff was in the studio too because Puff recruited Daddy-O to do the record because Prince Markie D and them sampled Top Billin', which was a record that Daddy-O produced. So I remember Daddy-O kept saying, yo, Puff, you should put Big on this. And Puff didn't want to put Big on it because he didn't want Puff to be, Big to be heard on anything yet. Because remember, Big Records wasn't out yet, minus the Party and Bullshit. Other than that, he wasn't He wasn't on Flavor in the Air. He wasn't on nothing yet. So it was like, Puff didn't want that to happen. He was like, you know, if you know Daddy-O, if you ever met Daddy-O, Daddy-O's energy and, nah, man, I mean, you know, that's a little short people thing. And he told Big, he said, yo, Big, yo, man, see what you can do. And Big went there, and the verse you hear on the record is exactly what he cut in one take. That wasn't a blah, 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 let me do that again. It was one take. I literally watched him cut that look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, nope, it's Mary J. In one take. One take.
See, that's why you gotta have people like Bobby Simmons just give you some recap and some.
Oh yeah, I'll be snitching on Puff. I'll be snitching on Puff. I'll be telling people he didn't produce that record. If people would read the credits, you would see it would say production and mixed production produced by Daddy-O at Old Dad Studios. Because Puff would take credit for everything. Yeah, I produced that. I always put Puff on, but even when he used to come up to the show, I was always put him on blast. Just like, yo, man, come on, man, give people their credit. If they did it, you can still be executive producer of it because it's Bad Boy Records. Yeah. So you can say executive produce, but you ain't producing no beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what you doing? So, like I told you, man, you can say something. I'll stand on it because I was there.
Yeah. No.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't mean to take that long story, but the point I was trying to make is that Big, the last time I saw Big, that was in 94 when we was promoting Daddy-O's solo album. And he asked me, how did you do that? The split screen.
And it's so funny because today you can do that shit. It's so easy, but back then it was so difficult.
You do that shit on your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do that on your phone.
Yeah.
You can have all four of them niggas on the
Yeah, exactly.
on the screen right now.
Yeah. Somebody said this. Somebody emailed me or inboxed me or said on one of my pages and said, Bobby, you was social media before social media. And I was like, that don't make no sense. And then I thought about it months later. Mm-hmm. I said, oh shoot, you're right, because Flavor Videos was on in Jersey. It was on in Philly. We had Miami. Remember, we had Polka Beans in Liberty City. We was on in Miami. We was on. Of course, we had the entire New York borough. We was on in Atlanta. So everybody that called was calling from different areas to give shout outs to, you know, yo, B, I want to give a shout out to my man in Polka Beans in Liberty City. You know, I mean, you know, I remember I broke those records, Slip and Slide, you know, Trina and all them.
You know, it's so funny because you were similar to the Box too. You had the host.
Right.
You had the host, and
Box was first though, so I'm not gonna take the credit. They was first.
That was similar to Box back in the days, but Box was in everywhere. Cause you could get it in some boroughs.
Right.
You didn't have it in Brooklyn. It was in Queens.
Right.
It was on certain cable system, but you was everywhere.
Yeah.
And you know, just to compare you, like so back in those days for us, you know. At midnight, you had Hot Tracks on a Friday night.
Right.
They come on and shoot the videos. They had to show the pretty girl from his talk show, All My Children, the black girl.
Oh, Debbie Morgan. Debbie Morgan and what's the other guy? Something Herbert. They played All My Children. The soap opera. Yeah.
Yeah, they used to host that. And then you know you had Apollo. That gave us some credence. What happened to the old lady in the front that used to grab everybody's leg? You remember the old lady?
I think she's still around.
That's the Sandman wife, right?
Yeah, I haven't been in that.
Yeah.
Well, since the Apollo got bought, I ain't been there in a minute.
Yeah, so Apollo, and then you know, like I said, you had Video Music Box, of course. Ralph gave a lot of niggas a lot of love too.
Of course.
You know, you
every time I talk to Ralph to this day, I'm like, you the only one that can really do a true hip hop documentary.
Yeah, Ralph gave a lot of people. You talking about comedy and shit. I remember when Crazy Sam used to do comedy. He was a Crazy Sam was a crazy motherfucker.
Remember he used to do the show with me, remember?
Crazy Sam was crazy.
Yeah.
Like for real. Then you had Ed and Dre on
Your MTV Raps.
And Your MTV Raps. And like I said, you had Flavor Videos in the mix of all that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said,
I was competing with all of them, man.
Yeah.
But I had the hood.
And you know, we had this conversation off camera, and we're gonna get to our show, guys, real quick. Right after this, we had this conversation off camera, and I said, you know, I told Mo, I said, I'm gonna leave this for when we on camera, because, you know, you had said something like, yo, people always ask you, why you don't bring the show back? And he was like, yeah, because everybody got Instagram, you know, or YouTube right at their fingertips. They could just get to a video real quick. But what people can't get to is great hosts like yourself, right? And I think the personality, even though people came there to watch the video, is the personality. It's no different than 106 & Park. People came to see Free and AJ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People come to see certain people. People came to get those exclusive interviews that they couldn't get. And you know, the video show is almost like the podcast now.
Right.
It's the podcast without the videos.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People come here to get the great interviews and get, excerpts that they probably wouldn't get from their favorite artists or their favorite entertainers. And if you add the videos and, exclusive shit, I think it still could be done today. It just has to be done in a different scope. You know what I'm saying? But people really came for that because we came for Bobby Simmons, bro. So don't shortchange yourself. I think you could do it. You just got to repurpose it.
I mean, I appreciate that. What do you think?
I mean, listen, I agree with him to a degree. I think people definitely tune into podcasts for certain personalities, right? And what they bring in the dialogue and their thought process and things like that. But I think if that's the case, then the show can't really be centered around videos because, once again, videos are so accessible at people's fingertips right now.
Exactly.
So the videos can't necessarily carry the show.
Right.
The host would have to carry the show.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it would have to be more hosts than videos.
Yeah.
And I think it will require a lot of exclusive content, a lot of exclusive interviews that they can't get anywhere.
That's it.
Yeah, but it's also
exclusive interviews.
Yeah, but it gotta be. It could be exclusive video. Like videos could be made with AI now. You can do so much shit. You can shoot a video.
Yeah, I mean, if that's
just
the case,
for your show.
the same way that he did the skits, then he would have to create his own exclusive content. He could take the music and do his own thing with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you said, like AI allows all that shit to be possible now.
Like it's just so much shit that can happen.
So I don't think it's reinventing the wheel. I think it's just tweaking it.
Yeah, but you know what, man? I'm getting too old, man. I don't want to do this.
Fuck out of here, Bobby.
That's a lot of work, man.
Oh man, editing?
Yeah, that's a lot of that's a lot of
You
work.
call
Man.
Ray ass out of Atlanta.
But
It's like, yo.
But I mean, listen, man. If you look at what people are making off of the streaming and off of just a simple idea these days, man, it'll be worth it.
But I want to touch that real quick. When I was doing flavor videos, it wasn't about the money to me. Though I wasn't going to let this German dude take advantage of my talent. So of course it's like, because you got to remember, if y'all remember, I used to have to have the psychics on the side.
Yeah, you always had the psychics.
I remember that.
I always had to have them on the side, the psychic readers on the side. Yeah. So he would use me to help promote. Right. He would use me to help promote the psychic reader. So when I came on, I would say, "What video you want to see?" And I'm like, "Yo, it's called the psychic reader." So I was like their promoter. So I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna be their promoters. You gonna pay me extra for that? Like I'm getting top. Like, and we had to. I always tell this story. And I'm gonna tell it real quick. If it wasn't for salt and pepper, and if it wasn't for Dame Dash, they were the only two that came to me when I had them on the show and said, "Yo, are you making money off these phones?" And at the time when I started, I wasn't making money off the phones. He was paying me straight up just as talent. Mm-hmm. So Salt said that first. And I got that. All my shows is on video. I got all my videotapes. When Dame came on and said it, Dame came second. That's when they was just getting ready to gear up for Rockefeller J stuff. And he said, "Yo, man, you making money off these phones?" I'm like, "Nah, man." He said, "Yo, man, you need to make some money off these phones, man, yo, because, these phones, we be up in Harlem, man. People be watching, everybody knows you in Harlem." He was like giving the gab that he still gives today. Yeah. But he wasn't wrong. Yeah. So I went and negotiated with Jim, like, "Yo, I'm popping these phones and you got me promoting these psychic readers. I should be getting it took a minute. It was hard, but I got it." You know what I'm saying? But had those two people not mentioned that,
planted that seed,
I wouldn't have never, you know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Salt from Salt and Pepper. You know what I'm saying? I hope I don't owe you no money. And big shout out to Dame. I hope I don't owe you no money neither. But if
before the day, everybody owes some money.
I know, right? Word. But I didn't do it for the money. I did it because, again, I wanted to usher in new hip hop artists. Because you got to remember, when I started Flavor Videos, I was coming from the golden era of hip hop.
I was just about to say, but I also think that it was a different time because you were sort of a pioneer. You understand? And the first to do anything is always kind of underpaid. But I think these years later, where hip hop has evolved so much, right? I think that the machine has been set up. Everything is at a point where everything is monetized.
Right.
You understand? So the second you come up with an idea, there's a million different ways to monetize it and get your just due. There's a million different ways to now own your content, right? And it's no longer held, the machine that allows you to get the exposure is no longer held by a gatekeeper.
Right.
Now it's kind of just right there on our phone, just on our computer, which allows us to And it's not even about working for the money, but it allows us to get our just due.
Right, no, exactly. No, you're absolutely right, man. Well, I mean, I'll put it in, but I don't know, man. Do it again, man.
Why not, bro?
Why not?
Styles, man, I'm getting no. Nah, man. Matter of fact, you owe me, so I'm bowing out. I'm not doing it, man.
Yeah.
Since he bowed out on my joint, I'm bowing out. I'm not out.
Man.
Yeah, listen, man, you gotta go out.
That could have been a hit. Listen, bro, what you on there? That could have been.
Oh man, listen.
Lord knows that could have been a classic. That
I get it to you. I got a copy of it.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah, give it to me.
I give it to you.
I give it back to you tomorrow. Fuck that.
Well, that's because I love this dude, man. Like I was like, nah, man, get on this, man. But he felt like he wasn't ready, so I didn't want to push him.
Yeah,
Niggas whip
all
my
love.
ass on the record.
It's all love.
But real quick,
wait. Let me ask you one question though. Could you ever imagine that putting a camera on a phone could change the world so much?
No, I didn't imagine. And you know what's crazy too is that we spent all our childhood lives watching the Jetsons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they literally, on your laptop, or they had the phone come down and you could talk, to the.
And we were watching movies that kind of showed us the FaceTime
Yeah.
years before, right?
Yeah.
Where people were doing video calling.
Yeah.
And we never imagined, like, deciding to put a camera on a phone changed the entire world.
Remember we used to text upside down so we could see what we was.
Yeah.
text, let's see the letters.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
I love you.
We used to do that on the beeper too.
Yeah, the beeper. It's just like,
That's
yo,
what
what
we
the?
do, yeah,
So no, to answer your question, no, I really didn't see that coming. I knew that. Here's something I did not. Here's something that I didn't believe in it after Jim, because that's the reason why I ended Flavor Videos. I ended Flavor Videos. I started in '94. We ended in 2009. So that's how long I've been doing Flavor Videos. That's a pretty good run.
15 years.
So I ended in 2009 because streaming was beginning. It was a baby. And I remember I was telling Jim, actually Ray was telling him too, saying, yo, we had this kid who was building a site so people could stream WNY CW, yeah, which was a station. It was his own network, so people could stream through there. It's going to take a minute to get them to subscribe, but we do it. He didn't believe in streaming. He always said television is never going to go nowhere. Television is going to always be. He's that guy who used to work at ABC like back in the 40s. Yeah. So he was one of those cats. So he didn't believe in streaming. So after I left the show, someone offered me to do streaming on radio. So I was like, I don't believe in streaming because radio is going.
Jim already put that in your head.
Right, he put it right in my head. So radio, nobody's gonna, just stream with no radio. So Sirius XM was having problems of getting people to subscribe. So I'm like, this radio, this streaming thing ain't going. I now work at iHeartRadio, so I'm a believer now.
But I think it goes back to exactly what I said. It only makes sense that the pioneers and the first to do anything will come across the most obstacles.
Yeah.
Right? But a lot of times, we're the first to try something, and when we start hitting all these obstacles, we're telling us this is why it's not going to work, not realizing, you're just the first to do it. So you're the one that's going to have to overcome all of this and pave the way for everyone that follows.
Right, yeah.
And then everybody that come behind you.
Well, I still think I'm too old to start
benefits
that.
of what you've done. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the podcast thing is cool. I think that's something I would like to do. I just think like I'm done, man. I'm done.
I don't think you're done, brother.
Yeah, Bobby, shut up, man. We gotta get to the show, man. I ain't fucking with Bobby with that one.
Yeah, I don't think you're done, brother, at all, man.
Y'all think I'm done, right? Like, call it a wrap, right?
This nigga got an almanac full of shit in his mind.
And don't sleep on the value of all your old content, man.
Oh no, I think that's the reason. If I'm going to do it, I would probably play more with that, because I was just saying earlier that if doing it would be great for me to bring out all the classic videos people did not get to see.
You don't forget a lot of times too. Real quick, Bo. A lot of the shit that you have, your behind the scenes, even the old conversations that you used to have. That's documentary type shit. Like people, I've never seen like you've seen Video Music Box stuff. They have. They did the thing this summer, the Museum for Video Music Box.
And they did the documentary video.
But you don't have anything like that. And it's a lot of shit that you got, years of content that you got of people when they first came, how they first looked. you got chicks with no ass, and then now they got ass. You know what I'm saying?
A YouTube channel alone, bro. I'm telling you, man, that within itself.
And people, like I said, you got cult following. People probably would still go to your YouTube channel just to watch your old shit, bro. So don't.
I think,
and you already got that older demographic, and aside from that, you got probably 2 or 3 generations who hasn't seen any of that. So other than your existing audience, you're gonna build a whole new audience that's like triple that.
And you own the content, so if you own the content, you can license that shit to a whole bunch of motherfuckers. You ain't even got this shit out there to be licensed. You know what I'm saying?
I made sure that my closet is ridiculous of 3/4 DVDs and.
Do me a favor, don't have it sitting in your closet. It ain't gonna make no money in your closet.
Oh no! Of course, I mean, it's all marked. I make sure I marked everybody who's on the show. And so when I want to go through them and get the clips or get
Yeah, but it's not even that. You have actual 9/11 happening. You talking about that?
Yo.
You got so much shit that's archived.
It's history.
It's history. You know what I'm saying? You have really history what's happening, and you're not even.
That's funny you say that.
Tapping into that shit, man.
Because when 9/11 happened, they used our feed to do all the news report. Because they wanted to use all the stations that had feed. And then at midnight, I would come on. And instead of me playing videos, I used to play.
Footage.
Yo, I still have that on video. I would play the video of the plane going in the building. Like I had a footage of, like it's going in the building. And I would sit and talk about it and ask how they felt about it. Of course, people call. So yeah, you're right. I got episodes.
You got the blackout. You got so much shit that happened.
Yeah, Tupac when he died, we got that. I remember we had these 2 girls did the show with us.
And people crying, calling.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You have things
that's history in real time.
Bro. Like, I don't think you really understand.
That I agree on. I agree on that one.
Yeah,
because I can go back and look at when we sat there, and it was me, my man Dev, who he was rest in peace, Dev. He was sat there with me, and we did an episode, and we had these 2 girls that came up. They were sad and they wanted to sit down and talk about what they thought about Pac. And I had that episode. You're right. So things like that, I can definitely show in real time on what we was going through.
And last thing I say about it, because we got to get into our show, bro.
Okay.
We got to get into our show. We got to get into our show. This is about to be Bobby Simmons show. This ain't motherfucking
Listen, I
Flavor
said,
Video.
yo. Welcome to the episode of
It's
Flavor
Mo
Video.
I apologize.
It's Mo's fault. He put that shit in the atmosphere. But, you have all that footage archived sitting in there. And you got to remember, you were shooting almost 5, 6, 7 days a week.
6 days a week.
Yeah, this ain't like, this is live shit 6, 7 days a week.
Live.
Maybe like 8, 9 hours a day.
It's a lot of
No,
content.
I was doing 13 hours a day.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of content, bro. It's a lot of content. So, and content wins today.
It's king, yeah. You could
king
break
today.
that. Listen, one day, 13 hours, you could break down into. You can break that down into 26 half-an-hour segments, like.
And the phone calls, I got the phone
calls.
calls. People could probably hear that's
phone
me.
call, that's the craziest shit in the world, like the phone calls. Remember, they just did a whole documentary of old footage of Freaknik.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you got the time when people used to have the chat line and go on a date from the chat line. That's what Bobby Simmons was like. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to the Brooklyn Raven.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So,
well, I'll see that, but that's a good idea though. So that's something I definitely would look into, and then I could
You
put.
know what Salt and Dame told me?
What?
That we need a piece of that.
Hey, no, I just don't want. I want to get to the point where people say, "Yo, you owe me money." So I do that. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of money, we're gonna switch.
It's never too late, bro.
Because this is another man I had on the show. I want to know what you guys think. Mayor Eric Adams.
oh, this nigga just came here controlling our shit. All right, that's in one of the topics. We're just gonna go to Mayor Eric Adams anyway. But as we all know, Mayor Eric Adams,
all the charges
has been thrown out. You know what I mean? So they throw out Mayor Eric
so that
Adams.
he can focus.
You know what I'm saying? So you get back into New York City work. I believe.
Don't pay me no money. I'm trying to find so you can hear what he said on the show.
I believe Mayor Eric Adams is kissed the ring of Trump. And do you think that he can, run the city effectively, or you think that he did self-preservation and just said, fuck it, I'm going to go with Trump and these guys. My guys, they abandoned me. And, I'm not going to make New York City a sanctuary state anymore. and keep it moving. So how y'all feel about Eric Adams? Can you trust him as a mayor now still?
Go Mo. Go Mo.
Or did you trust him before?
Go Mo.
I don't know if we could necessarily say that it was Eric Adams's decision to make New York a sanctuary state. I believe that, a lot of migrants were getting bussed in here, and that was the hand that he was dealt, and he had to find a way to deal with it. Now, I'm never against self-preservation, especially in a situation where when your back was against the wall, those who were supposed to have your back pretty much abandoned you. So I'm not really mad at Mayor Adams if he has to do what's best for him at the moment.
Yeah, but
and I agree with you to a degree as far as him kissing the ring, but I don't know if we can really come to that conclusion at this point, because all we've heard is that the charges have been dropped, right?
no, it happened. It came from I got it written down here.
No, but the charge has been dropped.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. What we've heard is that the charges have been dropped, right? I think at this point we don't know in what direction Mayor Adams is going to go. I think it's safe to assume that he probably had to kiss the ring in order for this to happen.
But doesn't it look that way?
I mean, yeah, but sometimes it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, and it isn't a duck. Although 9 times out of 10 it is. But I just think that at this point, it's an assumption.
But it came down from the Trump administration to tell the Justice Department to drop the charges.
I understand, but
So-
it's still an assumption on our part.
Yeah, no, but Adams was talking about this from months ago. He's going to support Trump and do everything Trump's. He came out publicly and said that. So listen, it's a short story. It's a short story, man. He kissed the ring. My thing is it a principle-based thing or is it a self-preservation thing? Do you trust him and go, listen, he did what he had to do for himself because his party and his constituents abandoned him? Or do you say, listen, I know they abandoned him, but he went against his principles and now he got to do anything, not saying they're going to make him do something bad or something that, the people in New York City may not agree with because he has to follow behind the other administration.
I think,
and he say he's running for another term.
I think it's about time the politicians start being loyal to their cause or to the people rather than to a party. That's what I believe.
We've been wanting that for years.
Yes.
But question, real quick with Eric Adams. So, do you think he accomplished anything that he said he was going to accomplish of the city of New York City? I mean, have you seen it?
No.
Any of you, have you seen it?
No.
What about the homeless? Do you see any?
I've seen the migrants be more accommodated than the homeless, and I probably would have respected it more if he did for the homeless what he did for the migrants.
So what I was,
because we can go because that's the answer to this question. This is the question that was asked, and I wanted to know. Yeah, damn that. Where's the question?
That's at the heart, and black and brown folks know that more than anyone. So we should not allow other people to hijack the conversation. And you could have.
Oh man.
Believe because of our strength.
I gotta. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all.
So I mean, just state the question.
No, the question I wanted y'all to hear him.
Okay.
He danced around it. Was about what would you do with the homeless situation? This was before he was running for mayor at this time. And I asked him, what is it that you have to do to help change this whole homeless situation? Because at the time, when he was running, homeless, it was
bad.
It was bad.
Yeah, it still is. I mean, if you look at the state of the people with mental illness that are homeless, that are running around here stabbing people and doing all types of wild shit, like it's crazy out there.
And
I don't know if I fought Adams. I think.
Why not though?
No,
Why
time
not?
out.
The same thing he did with the migrants.
Let me finish.
I'm
I'll give you my explanation.
Go ahead.
I think timing is everything, right? And the time he has been in the managerial thing, the craziest thing that's been happening is the migrants. So now that took precedent over so many other things. And like when Mo said, go back to what Mo said, some of that thing wasn't even for his own doing. You had different people busing in migrants to the on front lawns, putting them in New York City. Yeah. And since New York City is a sanctuary state by law, you couldn't deny the migrants. So even though we got our own migrants coming in, Now you got people busting them in by
From
the
Texas,
thousands.
they were from Texas.
They was coming from everywhere.
Yeah,
Just busting them in.
that governor was one sending them on buses, right?
Send them more buses. So now, if I was concentrating on the homeless now I got to concentrate on this. Because now we got an influx of 50,000 new people just out here on the street.
I understand.
But you're the mayor.
We have an influx of 50,000 new people that's on the street, but there were 100,000 people that were already on the street before they got here.
No, I agree with that. But I think this this migrant situation has been happening since the beginning of his term. So I'm not saying that you could exonerate him from everything. I'm just saying to you, it's like, listen,
I get what you're saying.
You had the house to go take care of. But now the house get on fire. You got to worry about putting out the fire before you can clean up the house. You know what I'm saying? So he had a fire, and he had to. My thing is, look, I can't tell you what a lot of these mayors done did. Not just Adams. I just feel like as black people, we always get on our own people crazier. When we had de Blasio, I can't tell you what the fuck.
We got on de Blasio
I
crazy
can't
too.
tell you.
Yes, we did.
De
did.
Blasio here was here for 2 terms. I don't know what the fuck he did. I know what he did do was put all those cameras out there when they said, yo, we're going to have the cameras from 6 to 6. Then they went from 6 to 6 for 24 hours. Like, I've seen all the fucked up shit de Blasio did. You go back to Bloomberg. I seen all the bullshit. He another 2-term mayor. You go from him, you go to the worst one out of all them, Giuliani.
Bloomberg do?
Yeah, no, he did
2 terms.
Yeah, that's because Bloomberg,
and he tried to get an extra term.
Yeah, he tried to get
he tried to get
But
his
that's
extra.
because he got to them conservatives, man. Like, yo, y'all can make some more money.
So when we start looking at the mayors of New York City, if you talking about the people who they pick, New York City mayor's been bullshit, bro.
Yeah, but bro, we
Not Dinkins, though. We love Dinkins.
Dinkins was good. Koch was
Dinkins.
fucked up.
But we can't.
How am I doing?
Listen.
I'm just Mo. I'm just saying.
I understand what you're saying, but as far as homelessness in the city of New York, the needle has not moved.
It did move. It did. Time out. The homeless. It did move. It just didn't move for the homeless people that was here now. Because guess what? I'm gonna tell you what. Time out. Wait. No, hold up. Time out. Time out. Because you know why it moved? All the shelters are all booked. Every hotel. Hold up. Time out. All the hotels. This is what I'm saying.
With migrants.
It was migrants. No, but there's other people in the shelters too. It was not just
that's
migrants.
not true because a lot of homeless people were getting kicked out of shelters for migrants, bro. A lot of homeless people were getting kicked out of shelters for migrants. You know that, right?
I can make a phone call for a
But
fact.
do you know that a lot of homeless people were getting kicked out of shelters
Yo,
for migrants?
everybody was getting moved around. But what I'm saying to you is, it go back to the house and the fire. The shit was on fire. So now you got to figure out where to put all these fucking displaced people because they were sending you bus loads of people every day.
So let me ask you a question.
If you left them on the
let me ask
street.
you a question. Okay. If you have 50,000 migrants bust in and you have 100,000 homeless New Yorkers on the streets, if you took 50,000 of the homeless New Yorkers and put them in shelters and then 50,000 migrants was on the street, it's the same as if 100,000 fucking New Yorkers on the street.
No, I'm not saying
There's no difference.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is...
I'm just saying that the migrants were given preferential treatment before the New Yorkers.
Because it's a sanctuary state. And they was trying to figure out I'm not saying that you're wrong or I'm right.
No, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
It was just a fire happening. I don't know if you could judge a person on if it's different than judge a person if you got a new home and you can move right in. Yeah, but then a person that's got a home they got to fix up.
So but this is the thing. You have a home that's dirty. You cleaning up your home. The house catches fire. A bunch of strangers come into your house. Nigga, I'm saving my kids first. I'm not saving them fucking strangers.
Yeah, but what you gonna do with the strangers?
Bruh, I'll get to them after
I'll get
to them after I take care of my children. I'll get to them after I take care of my children.
Be like, no, wait. Let me get my kids. Let me get my kids.
First. I'm not bad.
My kids are gonna get
and he be counting the kids outside. Everybody said, well, Mo, wait a minute. Wait. Well, to make sure my kids are here.
They're gonna get priority, man. Like, and listen, and nowhere am I saying that aid couldn't have been given to the migrants. I'm just saying that they received aid in totality.
Yeah. But you got to understand too, and I'm not taking them for that, but you got to also understand how law works. You had monies coming from the government, from the federal government.
From funding.
They were getting the
specifically
funding for
that.
So you know, he don't control the funding where it come from. Now he got to reach out. We need funding for these people. All right, cool. We'll cut you a check for $1 billion. The system all around is fucked up. I don't know if the mayor's fucked up. The system all around is fucked up. That's what I'm saying to you. So we got to look at the whole thing. You can't just look at one person and go, yo, it's just you.
Well, let me ask you a question then, man. So forget black people. Do you think white people are going to give him another term?
You know what's so crazy? I don't know.
Because you already know black people answer, so let's talk about white people.
Time out. It might turn out to his favor because he kissed the ring. Trump might support him, and the Trump supporters
Oh, so you think the MAGA people are going to be
they
like...
might fuck with him because of MAGA.
Yeah,
and that's the fucked up part, because now, look, if he still runs on the Democratic Party, right, it's going to be a Trump-supporting motherfucker, because it's going to be a Republican that's part of the Trump supporters, or it's going to be him. You lose either way.
He might be right about that one, because them
right
them rednecks might be like, yeah, let the nigger come over here. Nigger can be a...
You might be fucked up either way, so I don't know.
He's a cool monkey.
Oh, God, no, I'll take that word out.
Hey, you know that's how they talking. Let me tell you something. Do not hide the fact that them rednecks, I said rednecks, not white people. And there's a difference. You got white people, you got rednecks.
It's just not good for the algorithm.
I'm just saying, you know, when they're at the dinner table, you know, they little kids are like, Mommy, he called them a nigger. And then the little kids like, what? They don't know nothing about that. They hear from Pop.
Nah, I hear you. Hold up. So we got to get into another quick topic. We can't stay on Eric Adams.
I want to talk more about that. No,
we can't talk more Eric Adams. So real quick, I couldn't see what that was. Sorry. Real quick. So a new study says you can actually die from a broken heart.
I heard that. Yes, sir.
I believe that.
I believe that. And I think
that
my cousin, God bless the dead, Kamara, I remember her mother telling me they couldn't figure out why she died. She was like a year younger than me. She died like 10 years, 12 years ago. And they was like, her mother just said she was always sad. She just died of a broken heart.
Yeah, that's possible.
And I think, you could die of a broken heart, man. I think stress is a motherfucker. Stress
causes cortisol. Cortisol. That you can literally die from stress, but I also think that happens with a lot of old couples who spend their entire life together, and once one goes, within a year, the other one dies.
The other one goes, yeah. We've seen that happen too, where married couples, like you said, who's been together, and I remember somebody's wife died, and then almost like 2 months later he died because he, you know.
Yeah.
He was broken.
Broken.
You know what I'm saying? So I do believe that, yeah.
Is this why you're afraid of love, Styles?
I mean, but with the generation today,
I'm loving myself, nigga.
with the generation today,
oh my God!
I don't know about them today.
I think you'll die before a broken heart with the
yeah, with this generation today. What do they call them today? Gen Z? Is that what they call them?
So
Gen Z.
We're about to get into that. So in other news, Gen Z, they're now saying that Gen Z is job related, having real struggle in the job market. They saying that they're lazy, they underperform. They saying that they have a lot of tardiness. Like Gen Z don't want to show up to work, they don't want to do shit, and they leave their job. They leaving jobs like they only spend like year to 2 years at a job. But you know how people usually stay in the year. You be like, I was at a job for the last 10, 20 years.
I don't blame Gen Z though. I blame society, because when you have an entire generation that you've raised to believe that the world has to accommodate them, this is the result of it.
Listen, but I tell you this all the time, Mo. I said, swap the time. What I say to you all the time, it's our fault. And when I mean it's our fault, parents like you and myself, I see how you do Storm, I see how I did Sydney. And a lot of times we don't allow them to do shit that our parents did us. We don't kick their ass to get up and clean up. Y'all was on Instagram this weekend, right? And I was so pissed off because, it snowed this weekend. And when I went outside, I'm like, yo, where are the YNs at? Like, y'all niggas don't shovel no more? Y'all niggas don't, nobody ring a nigga bell and say, yo, let me, you know what I'm saying? And the price
and for those who don't know, YN is Young Negro. Because when I saw his video, I didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
So, I couldn't figure out why they don't come to your door. And, it was so funny. I had told my godson, I said, yo, listen, come to my crib tomorrow. I'll give you $40.
Yeah, all right.
So
You're not going to do that because somebody could take a video and put it on Instagram. He's a rapper.
Yeah, listen. So here go his mother calls me. She's like, yo, I had to go shovel my car out. Zach didn't get up. And I said, that's the problem. Because my mother would have been like, yo, go steal the car.
Oh, yeah.
And we leave them in the bed. We don't get them up. So it's a part of our fault too. But these niggas don't want to hustle. They don't want to do nothing. There's no more crackheads. Where the crackheads at?
Yeah.
Where the fentanyl niggas at? Like, the crackheads used to beat us to go get to work.
Yo, crackheads were like X-Men back in
This
the
is
day.
the PSA for looking for crackheads.
Yo,
Would you like to be on crack?
crackheads were like X-Men. They had superpowers. They could lift 10 times their weight. They could, yo, man, like, y'all don't even understand the era of crackhead.
You know, you're absolutely right about everything you're saying. I think also this generation feels that we owe them something. They think everybody owes them something. And you made a valid point. It does come from the parents.
Parents, yo. I think we struggle so
yes.
much we didn't want our kids to struggle.
Yes, I mean, yeah, but I think it's a yes and a no, bro, because I think society keeps telling these kids that their feelings are more important than anything. I know.
But that's still us,
Hold
though.
on, me myself as a parent, bro, I've been battling that shit with my kids the entire time growing up because we live in a time that teaches them, well, if this is what you feel, then you can't be wrong for what you feel, right? And at the end of the day, nobody can't tell you how to feel, and they have to respect how you feel. When the truth is, if how you feel is bullshit, bro, I don't want to hear it. You know, you can come to a job and not feel like being at work today. Guess what? You still gotta you still gotta work.
They're gonna fire your ass.
Right.
You understand? But we live in a generation, we live in a time where they tell these kids, your feelings supersede everything.
Yeah.
And the thing that I always say is, your feelings aren't real. Your feelings are reactions to what's real. You understand?
But Mo, I agree with you. But when I say us, not saying that we are the sole cause for all that, I also think that
I get what you're saying.
our peers are telling their kids, yo, your feelings matter with this shit right here. And not realizing when you go out to the real world, nobody cares about your feelings.
No, I absolutely agree. But let me tell you why I don't fault us. I think I'm grateful for how my mom's raised me, right?
Yeah, but
in the same
that's
breath,
your mom's.
But wait. I'm grateful for it. But at the same time, I can't admit that the only reason that I grew into the man that I am was that I was strong enough to deal with them ass whoopings and that treatment. Because a lot of that shit was trauma, bro. And a lot of these kids these days couldn't handle growing up the way we did, man.
Now we say that cause we coddle them. Somebody would have told us we couldn't handle it.
Wait a minute, us getting whippings, that's trauma?
Nah, I don't think it's trauma, bro. I think it was necessary.
Word.
Yo,
to
these niggas-
to a
listen.
degree.
So
That
we're
man-
gonna talk about a couple kid things. So I don't
To a
think it's
degree.
I don't think it's trauma. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna go a couple things.
Word, because I
Before
knew
we-
like,
No, I believe in ass
Hold on,
whoopings.
yeah, me
Look,
too.
I believe in ass
Me
whoopings,
too.
but not to the extent.
I don't know, Mo. You sound like you've been listening to them white people
Nah,
talk, man.
I believe in that. I
I
believe
know.
in ass whoopings, bro. But I'm just saying that sometimes there's certain parents that listen, man. My cousin, and I'm not gonna say who, because his mom's passed. God bless the dead. They used to tie them to the bed and beat them with extension cords,
used
bro.
to
That's
beat them with extension cords.
kind of extreme, bro.
I got beat with the cord. I had to kneel on stones, all kind of
But
shit.
you
bro.
want, and this is what I'm saying. Like,
me a
okay,
better nigga, though.
our
I'll tell you
parents
that.
went very far to the left, so we went very far to the right. We have to find the balance.
Balance,
between the two.
yeah, I agree with that. So real quick, they also said right now, there's a couple of things I picked up about kids today. So, do you know from the age, back in 81, most people used to buy their house at 29 years old. I bought my first house between 28 and 29. Now, people don't buy homes or even leave their mother house till age 38.
I mean, that's Jay-Z for. He said 30 is the new 20.
You're probably right about that one. So not even that. I don't think the marketplace give kids an opportunity to get out on their own. My first time I had rent was $400. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I seen a study out last week saying that you can't even rent a 2-bedroom apartment nowhere in any state in the United States of America but a 1-person job. So that means if you want a 2-bedroom apartment, you need 2 people to afford that apartment. You know what I'm saying to you? So back in the days, you know, inflation is going up, but pay wages is not going up.
I agree, but I know you're going to disagree with this, but I blame the culture to a degree, bro. And, you know,
Culture, black culture, or this culture period?
Listen, I blame the culture, our culture, to a degree, and understand what I'm saying. Like when I said, you know, Jay said 30 is the new 20, I was joking, but to a degree, like you think back to when we were 17, 18, when you saw somebody that was 30, bro, that was a man. These days, 30-year-olds are still children, bruh. And I think that the culture has taught us that the only growth that we need to have is financial growth, right?
That's true.
It doesn't focus on spiritual, emotional, or mental growth, bro. People at 30, 35 years old are still thinking the way they did when they were 22, 23. And it's all about the bag.
That's true.
It's not about real growth.
What I would say to you is, I never thought I was an adult until I was 30. Like, to 30, 31, then I realized I was adult. But I still did adult things, though. Even though I was still paying rent, mortgage at the time, my car note, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't feel like I was adult, though. Mentally, I was just kind of running around having
of course,
fun.
because we're the most critical of ourselves. But you have to understand that most of our 30-year-olds, their biggest achievement is their wardrobe.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, but and I hate to say it, I'm not saying it's totally at the fault of the culture, but this is what our culture promotes.
Well,
we sell them on that. I mean, my rent is $400.
Shit, I,
What the fuck you
Where
live in
you at?
shelter?
I'm in the streets, man, Adams.
Oh, here you go, man.
Nah, this bullshit, girl.
So, this another study that was kind of crazy. Nearly half of the young men that from the ages of 18 to 25 that are locked up now has never asked a woman for their number or asked them out on
I'm sorry, say it again. Say it again.
So nearly half the young men that are locked up right now between the ages of 18 and 25 has never asked a woman for their number or asked them on a date.
well, depending on how long they've been locked up, that makes perfect sense.
I'm just saying, but it's bugged out.
Is it just locked up or is it?
Nah, just talking about locked up. They're just talking about people that's in prison right now. And it's crazy. The reason why I brought that up, because a lot of young men are out here and y'all think jail is a cool place to go to. You know what I'm saying? And you think it's cool, but some of y'all never even experienced life. You never even experienced your first kiss or your first phone number or your first
Well, some
rejection.
of them did experience their first kiss, although they're in jail.
Yo.
This guy's crazy, bro.
See? I'm not saying nothing, y'all. See?
This guy's crazy. I don't think they wanted that kind of kiss.
Word,
you know what I'm
right?
saying?
But you know what? You can also listen. You can also blame the girls too, and I'll tell you why. Because some girls probably gonna be like, "What are you saying?" And you can blame the girls too. Because remember, when we were growing up, it wasn't easy, but it was different. That we can always, if a girl was walking down the street, whether we was respectful or non-respectful. The non-respectful one, you don't get no attention. The respectful one, maybe you get attention. Like we'll always see them and go, "Yo, hey ma, what's up ma? Hey lovely," and they'll turn around. What? You talk to them and you find a way. They don't do that nowadays. And second of all, even if they do that nowadays, the girls don't hear you because they got their earpiece in there. You be like, "Yo ma, she just walking."
I also think technology has changed things.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I think people no longer meet face to face.
They inbox
most
each other.
Interactions now are either
Picture
DMs,
of my- No, I'm just
inboxes or dating apps.
So I'm glad you said that, because Bobby just gave us a great segue to Slim Thug. Slim Thug just came out and said, black women give black men a hard time to get the pussy. Basically, that was his words in a nutshell. He said, basically, any other culture don't make you go through hoops. He said, you meet a white girl, you just get topped. Like, it ain't no hoops.
Well,
He lying.
I would say.
I would say he's telling the truth.
Well, I would say
it's easier when you go around.
if a man jumps through hoops for vagina, bro, that's your choice. I don't believe.
No,
in jumping
but I
through
do. I'm not a hoop jumper.
Hey, be careful. Be careful. Be careful, Styles.
No, listen. I'm not gonna say I've had my fair share that I had to work. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not scared to do the work. But I got a lot of brothers that I talk to. Look at Suave. He don't get no butt. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Swizzle. Where's Suave at? Oh, he over there. He just scratching his head. So you know what I'm saying? But seriously though. I think sometimes when I dibble and dabble in other cultures, it's a little easier. If I'm dating a Spanish girl, I don't really date white girls, but even when I dated the white girl, it was like I remember, quick story. I used to date this white girl. Back in the days, man. I should have stayed with her.
I heard that, right? Black women? Go ahead.
Back in the days, I should have stayed.
He using back in the days. Go ahead.
No, that's back.
And he said,
almost when
I should
knew
have
you.
stayed with her.
I should have stayed because she was a
stayed
good
with
girl. I couldn't do it because I was going to train with her, and I felt like all the black women was looking at me, and I broke up with her. I couldn't take it.
Yo, you always succumbing to the pressure, bro. First you bow out of the verse, now you leave Shorty alone. Like, God damn.
I left her alone. But yo, what's crazy? So back in the day, when we was
People
younger,
was looking at you to
yeah, it was like,
You just left that.
She said, I'm out of here. This guy's crazy.
She's like, why you breaking up with me? I can't do this shit.
Because they keep looking at me.
I don't know if it was my mom playing tricks on me, something was happening.
But see, that's a funny skit, you see. Can you imagine you got a white girl and you walk on the train, see all these black people, and they look at you, you be like, yo, wow, man, you just bank on it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So,
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Back in the day, it was like, now everybody do it. Everybody talk about, all the girls talking about giving head, they gonna swallow, they gonna do all this. Back in the days, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
It was taboo.
It was taboo.
For a girl to be like, she giving you head.
Back in the day, black chick get you head and start crying.
Crying. And if you said you ever
Wait,
told,
that don't sound right. Edit that out.
If you ever told, you don't sound. But if you ever told somebody like she gave you head,
oh my God,
you'd destroy a whole world, right? You couldn't even tell. It was so taboo.
White girls didn't care.
White girls, let me tell you something. This girl, I used to go to work every day, bro. She used to give me head every day in her office, bro. And it was the craziest shit because I had black girls give me head at this time. I was probably like 22 years old. And I remember she used to be like a supervisor, but she would just talk to me right after. And I'm like, yo.
Like it was nothing.
Where did it go? And just she used to drink a cherry Coke right after every day. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, she didn't put it in no paper. She didn't put it in the basket. Where did it go? It was just different. Like, I couldn't understand because black girls be like, they move out the way at that time. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? No, don't put it in my mouth. You better not. You know what I'm saying? So,
yo. I'm staying out this conversation, y'all. Like, yo.
It was different back then, though, I'm saying.
Well, I guess for now, because I want to be fair.
Go ahead.
Majority of the white girls, you just mentioned, what's his name?
Slim Thug.
You mentioned Slim Thug, and he said that. First of all, Slim Thug is lying because the only reason why he getting them white girls is because of who he is.
Nope,
they know he got money. And white girls, they trag and trolling after black dudes with money. So it's like, he got money, so I'm gonna get at him. Let one of those white chicks, them little blonde white chicks, see somebody that we on the block at Brownsville. They ain't getting them. They're not getting her. She ain't trying to get with them neither. First thing she's gonna want to know is if you even carry any type of money. And the drug dealing game don't even impress them no more.
No more.
Don't impress them.
Drug dealers are now out of style.
Yeah, don't press them
if
no
you
more.
have not heard.
You have to be a scammer.
What's messed up about black people is two things you got to be for them white women: either a rapper or a basketball player, or somebody famous at making money at doing something.
We gotta talk
But you know what?
Styles.
Like I always say,
You gotta talk like me, bro.
But I'm
Well,
gonna say
there you go.
Easy fix to that problem. And I always say this: date people who like you, bro. It's that simple. Yeah, bro.
Don't tell that because all these black niggas gonna run the white girls.
Date people who like you. A chick that like you is always gonna give it to you, bro. Like,
I like black women though. I like black and Spanish.
I like them all.
Yeah, I'm into that. That's what I'm into.
See, Dr. Umar, I ain't worried about him because I tell him, man, yo, my game is. Well, shut up, but anyway, what you talking about next?
Yeah. So real quick, since we on topics with relationship, I seen Dwight Howard do something diabolical today, and it's not really diabolical, but it's diabolical all the same thing. He was brushing his teeth, and then he gave his girlfriend his toothbrush, and she brushed her teeth with it.
No.
And I could never do that.
No.
But if I was his girlfriend, did he just get caught with a train, like giving head and all that? So she like what kind of? That was kind of crazy. That's a dick toothbrush you just used, my nigga. Like,
and don't get me wrong.
The fuck was that?
I'll be the first to always say, like, when it comes to my woman, can't nothing be nasty about her. But I think that's unnecessary. If I'm not doing it to save your life, why am I doing it? I'm just gonna stick your toothbrush in my mouth.
And she didn't really rinse the shit off. Like, they just used the tooth. I ain't understand.
Bro.
I know we kiss, we eat coochie, and she gave some head to the nigga, but I don't want to use your toothbrush.
And can I tell you a secret? I don't even like, and that's one thing, like my girl know, don't brush your teeth in front of me. When you brush your teeth, stay in the bathroom. Yo, bro, I hate seeing people brush their teeth in front of me. I think it's the nastiest thing in the world.
At least you know she brushed her teeth.
Yeah, I know. I don't think brushing your teeth is nasty. Brushing your teeth in front of someone, it's disgusting.
How long is the relationship, though?
Like 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fair. That's fair.
And we live together.
That's fair. No, that's fair. That's
don't
fair.
brush your teeth, and she knows that. Like, sometimes she'll be brushing, babe, and I just let you
I never
like,
really thought about that because I don't really come out the bathroom to brush my teeth.
yeah, bro, like that's.
I brush my teeth.
You know how people be trying to talk to you while they brushing their teeth and they got all that white shit all over their mouth? Like, no.
I actually like when white
Stay
shit all
over
over
there.
their mouth. Like, you ask me, I don't.
Okay.
I ain't messing with
I knew he was
Styles.
gonna go there.
I don't know what's wrong with him, Bobby, but me, I like when
I'm
the white
good.
shit all over their mouth.
Okay.
I just wipe it off the cheek and put it back
Oh,
in the mouth.
man.
He started telling my bedroom secrets.
I'm out of that one, too, yo.
He started telling my bedroom secrets.
I said I was going to stand on anything Styles put out there, but hold up.
Yo, in Trump news, I told you this year we're going to be talking about a lot of Trump news.
Trump.
Oh, my God. Trump, every week something's going on with Donald Trump, man. Listen, this one was crazy to me because it really scared me. I thought it was funny, but then it scared me when I started to think about this. So Trump was in the Oval Office with Elon Musk. And Elon Musk was in there with a jacket and a T-shirt giving a speech in the Oval Office with his son running around. So first I thought the little nigga was kind of cute. He running around in the Oval Office having fun. You know what I'm saying?
And he gonna run around telling like, yo, I'm the little nigga around here. I'm telling you.
Cute. Like, you know, he was doing his thing. But then they start playing audio.
Yo, but why was the kid more dressed up in a suit than Elon Musk
I don't know.
was?
But he was a cute little kid. He was running around the office, you know, like I thought it was cool. And then they played the audio back of what the kid was saying to Trump. And the kid was like, yo, you're not the president. And then he told him, shut the fuck up. I said, so I laughed when I heard it. I'm like, yo, who's this kid father? Oh, Elon Musk is his father. So then it just started dawning on me, is he telling this kid this shit? Like, why the kid would say that? And Trump just sat there like nothing.
So you think the kid's repeating what he's seen his father say to
His
Trump,
father
or what
do,
his
and I
father
feel
has said
like
about
Elon
Trump?
is running the country, bro. Because yo, bro, I would have been like, time out. Yo, take Shorty out of here, bro. Like, Trump didn't say nothing. Trump was like this.
And you know Trump is a big kid.
So the kid is telling on his dad then.
Telling on his father. He got to be telling on his father, bro. That was,
Because why would he say that?
I don't know.
Why would he say that? Where did he get
And
that
why
from?
would your kid talk to a grown ass person? Yo.
Well, you got to remember the little white kid.
Well, I said that when they at the dinner table,
You know, little white kids be wild.
they say those things.
Yeah, we done got to be.
Shut up before I kill you, Mom.
Yeah, we done got to be right in the Oval Office, right on TV.
What?
bro.
You done got backhanded, bro.
Right in the Oval. Hold up, come here, bring him over here.
That's how they talk when they at the dinner table. That's why I keep saying those white people when they at the dinner table with their children, they be saying them things, man. I know you didn't want me hear me say
go ahead.
that monkey. Like, that's what they had at the table. The son, monkey, dad. Yeah, that you know the president. He's a monkey. Obama. You know what I'm saying? It's like they'll repeat it back. They'll tell on mommy or daddy.
Yeah.
Mommy said you're a monkey.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That was crazy.
Little X is his name though.
Oh, that's his name?
Yeah, his name is Little X. Elon Musk's son.
Malcolm
That's
X?
I know. We named him after the new Twitter.
That's what his name is. Oh.
Yeah, called him Little X. But he might take on what you just said. He might walk in, yo, I'm the little nigga up in here. He may do that. Maybe like, yo, Trump, I'm the little nigga up in here. My dad said I'm the next little nigga.
That was crazy.
I'm the real president.
That was crazy.
Get out the seat, nigga.
This guy's crazy. After Trump, after Trump,
Yo, I'm telling you.
Kendrick Lamar break records this year on the Super Bowl halftime show with 133.5 million
I'm sorry.
views.
I'm chilling.
I'm sorry.
Yo, can I do my news report, man?
I'm sorry. Get out the chair, nigga. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wasn't Shorty at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think they was
Little X. What's your name,
Yo,
Sonny?
Bobby, man, I gotta go to the next segment.
Oh, good. I'm sorry.
Come on, man. Bobby crazy, man. So, yes, like I said, Kendrick Lamar broke records this weekend at the halftime Super Bowl with 133.5 million viewers. The most viewed watched Super Bowl show ever. It was also the most viewed halftime show ever, but it was also the most viewed Super Bowl ever. I think a lot of people want to see Patrick Mahomes three-peat. I also think a lot of the numbers not only came from just regular TV, but streaming. So when you have more ways to watch it, more people came out to look at it. No shots to Kendrick Lamar. And I think even people who don't like Kendrick or did like Kendrick, everybody wanted to see what Kendrick was going to do because it was this big promotion for since the battle been going on. And
Drama cells.
Named to be the halftime performer. People want to see what was going to happen. For me, I thought the performance was not that great. To me.
Well, we agree on something.
I did think.
Why do y'all think that?
I did think the messaging in the performance was dope. The performance, I think the song listing could have been different. How he did the songs, I think he could have had the same messages, and he had bigger songs that went with those songs, went with those messages. You know, like We Gonna Be All Right. He had a bunch of songs. Black Butterfly. He had a bunch of songs he could have just performed. I don't think he didn't perform for me. And I think he concentrated too much on Drake. you know, the Drake beef. And, you know, even today, every time I wake up on my Instagram, people just breaking down. It's just so many different messages people say he broke it down. I'm like, yo, this is a puzzle. But listen, man, I still shout out Kendrick, though, because he went out there and did his thing, and he did it the way he wanted to do it. So I do applaud that. So I'm not mad at that. You know, there's rumors why he didn't perform some of the biggest songs. Some people said because he performed a lot of those records when Dre and Snoop and them came out a couple years ago, so he didn't want to repeat that. I think like when he had the American flag, I would have put the black and white flag that he had on the album cover. It was a lot of things, but I think overall Kendrick came out there and been prolific and did what he had to do.
But that's the key.
Yeah.
The key is, and that's the thing, and you said this earlier when we was talking. When we was talking in the earlier, you were saying, see, we are our own enemy. We're our own fault. So when I have conversations with people about it, about the Kendrick Lamar performance, I actually agree with the both of y'all. There are lots of other songs that he could have came up with. Tempo could have just kept it moving, and you know, because we're hip hop artists. That's you know, I remember I told Method Man that when we saw him a couple months ago when they performed that the Hot 97 thing, and the audience didn't really get him.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, but if you would have got one of those jams that today's artists like. And if you would have rapped over to one of those, they'd have been like, yo, because that's what we used to do back in the days. We would take somebody's hot joint and just do our rhymes over those hot joints. So I'm saying I agree with y'all. He should have picked better choices to make this a Super Bowl night. But I do understand his art. And the art that he drew, the picture that he drew, we should be saying to ourselves, congratulations. Because you either got it or you didn't get it. You didn't have to like it. You just said something that you could have just said. You said, I wasn't happy with the performance. He could have picked a better song. But his message, you applauded it.
Yeah, it's dope. I mean,
That could have been the end of the conversation. But people like to prolong it now. Now they want to dig into him like a needle.
But that's the thing. See, I have two takes on the entire thing because for me, it's what was his aim? What was his goal? Was his goal to send a message out and to speak to his people, or was it to give the best performance possible? Right. For one, I think that song choice. I think you also have to think about the platform that you're on, right?
But he said that. He said that at the beginning. Even when I don't have to watch Instagram or anything to hear it repeated. When I first watched it, he said it. He kind of reminded me of Chuck D, what Chuck D used to do with Public Enemy. He said it at the beginning. He said, the revolution will be televised. The right place, the wrong guy.
I get it.
Us. And I'm not saying not y'all. I'm saying us because, you know, we come from that cloth. Stetsson Sonic, Public Enemy, X-Clan. We come from that kind of cloth. So we got it. We said, okay, what is he going to do? That's the first thing I said when he said that, because that was a message. How you going? You're on the biggest platform ever, and before you even start the show, you say the revolution is going to be televised, the right place, but the wrong guy. You got it now?
no, I get it. I thought it was dope. I just feel like
No, don't change your thing.
No.
I thought the performance was a little low too.
I thought the message was dope. That's what I meant to say.
But there was a way to still keep the message and still have a great
show,
performance.
and that's
because you have to understand, if you feel that you are so vital to the culture and you feel you are the one that is brave enough to deliver the message, then continue to put yourself in positions to get into these spaces and on these platforms to continue to deliver that message. So there was a way to deliver the message and still give a better performance. And I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying his performance was horrible. I just think that it could have been better. And I think that there's a
them tight pants have to go to.
Yeah.
I want to slap him with them bell bottoms.
And I also think that there's a whole section of America that just really were like, what the hell am I watching? You understand what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen with that? That's going to happen to them like what happened to us. When we were kids, what was the name of those guys? I can't remember their freaking names at the Olympics. And they stood there like this.
And they put their fist
Okay.
up.
And they had the black gloves on.
And every black person, majority of the percentage of conservative black people, it's not the place and time for that. You don't do that here. This is the Olympics. Getting your gold medal. You know, I'm talking about blacks. I know I'm sounding like I'm talking white, but that's how some of them blacks was talking. They're conservative. It's not the appropriate place for it. But as we got into the 80s.
No. But that's not what I'm not talking about. This isn't the time to play. Who gives a damn?
No. I'm trying to close in what you're saying. I'm saying about the people. You said the people were just saying, what did I just watch? Those people who are now 20 years old, by the time 2035 come, they're gonna be like, oh, I get Kendrick's performance.
But this is what I gotta say to you. So I'm gonna go back to, and I don't know if y'all people can relate to me when I say this. Y'all remember when LL did the Gap commercial?
Mm-hmm. And he had the FUBU hat on.
Right? But from the beginning of the commercial, shit was just hard. He was just rapping about the Gap. It was hard. He was just into it. He was into
and he was talking about FUBU on the low.
He was into the Gap commercial. It was hard. The performance was crazy. LL was looking sexy. How he don't be looking, doing his thing. And he go, for us, by us, on the low. Right? So 2 things about that for me. Kendrick should have took a page out of that book. The energy was crazy from LL, and the message was right in your face.
Right.
A lot of people still figuring out. Every time I look at some people have this what this meant, this what this meant. Sometimes you could be too intricate, especially to the audience that you're trying to get it to. A lot of these kids, some of that shit went over people's head, and some people still trying to decipher what he's saying. Right. So 2 things for me: give us the energy that you want. And sometimes you got to be direct in their face. But because some people don't really get what you're talking about.
Right.
So if you want, like he was subliminal, where in a time and nowadays, so much freedom of speech, people say what they want to say. You don't got to be subliminal.
Bingo.
You could talk straight direct, and people won't have to decipher what you're saying.
And it becomes undeniable because when you give a lukewarm performance with a big message, once again, it leaves these people to say, yo, you know what? We can't let this type of artist get on the Super Bowl again because look, this.
Well, they said that already. They did that.
They're doing that now.
Yeah.
No. The NFL, they sent an apology letter to Lil Wayne. Seriously.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
They sent an apology letter to Lil Wayne and said that we apologize. We should have had you perform in New Orleans, your hometown, for the Super halftime show. And they also, see, this how I know they're getting ready to come for Jay. Not on some Diddy stuff, but they coming for him. They're going to start squeezing him. We shouldn't have let Jay's influence.
Oh, they tried to they put it on him.
I don't know.
I didn't say it. That's what the NFL is saying.
He said I didn't say it.
I ain't say it.
But save Jay or whoever else was behind it, the numbers, you can't deny the numbers.
Oh, they don't care about that now.
No, but when you breaking the record, it still make you go, yo.
They don't care about that now.
You doing the right thing. So, they probably like, yo, we don't want stuff like that again. But you know what I mean? And
the reason why they don't want it, that stuff like that again, because listen, I know you saying some people
probably be Billie Eilish next year or something.
And you're probably right. Because they're gonna say, look, just give us the performance. This is not the place or the time to be trying to put a message out to I'm gonna talk like white people, your warriors.
Yeah, listen, but they should have knew when they got
the niggers and warriors.
They should have
what they basically want is
they thought they was gonna get the battle. They didn't know they was gonna get the message too with the battle.
Am I lying? Right? That's probably what they listen.
They want non-threatening.
Listen,
That's what it is.
exactly. Listen, I'm only saying this because I know some white people, not many, that really sit at their table talking like that. Oh, yeah, this wasn't the time and the place to send the message out to them warriors. What are we? Is that what we are nowadays? Like when Kendrick will perform? You know what I'm saying? But to your point, to kind of shut it, you're both right. I'm not mad at your opinion on what you said. I'm not mad at yours neither. I just know that when I watched it, I got it in my head what he said, and I said, okay, what is he getting ready to do? And I watched what he done. I also agree that the performance was really at a low. And everybody was saying, he shouldn't have performed that like us. Shut up. You wanted him to perform.
Well, why not?
I didn't care if he performed or not.
I thought
you wanted him to perform. If he wouldn't have performed, what you would have said.
But I think Not Like Us is very high energy, and I think it's a good song to perform.
I think that's what the people want. Me personally, I didn't care if he performed or not. I just wanted him to be dope.
Okay, that's your true answer. But the vast majority of the public, they was waiting for that. It's like
I think even when he was doing when he had the girls and he's like some people he gonna sue.
Oh, the teaser.
Yeah, the teasers. I thought this teaser was just even enough.
Yeah.
I thought that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was dope actually.
Can I say something positive before you get out with this one? Seriously, all jokes aside, this is the first performance I seen anybody do. Even though we all agree it was the lowest performance, we should have got a high rate performance from him. And you're right, the right choice, especially we going to be all right. We should have got that. But this was the first performance, me as a man. I'm a man, a hornbag. I'm a man. That I got to watch the Super Bowl and not one girl twerked or poked her ass out.
I could clap about
Serena
that.
Williams
Round
had
of
a little
applause.
short skirt on.
She
Who?
sea-walked.
Yeah,
She
nah.
sea-walked. That wasn't twerking.
She looked sexy to me.
Yeah, no, but she
wasn't
but
clap
she
for that.
didn't
You know
she
what?
didn't twerk.
I could clap for that.
Okay.
And you know,
I can clap for that.
and ain't that what football
'Cause
games
listen,
about?
I hate I hate twerk culture, bro. I can't stand it, bro.
I mean, when you go to college football games,
Oh.
and in the middle of they got the drums out, and the
Yeah,
girls
they
out with their
come
skirt
out,
and their
yeah.
boots, and they skirt up, and they pulling their skirt up, shaking their ass. This is the first halftime
I
yell.
can't stand twerk culture, bro.
Well, I'm a hornbag, so I need.
I mean,
Hold on, we got to go to our next
we
topic.
all are,
We
but
can't stay here, bro.
Okay,
We got to clean this up real quick.
I'm sorry. I just had to,
What's that?
Pertaining to the song selection, right? Analyze this. The songs when he used to be part of Top Dog Entertainment Interscope versus his new label.
Yeah, they said that. I don't care fuck about that. I want hit records, bro. I heard that.
especially
too.
on a stage that big.
That big. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Perform the hit records.
But that's why I said it. I guess my question would be, what was his aim? Was his aim to give the best performance possible? You know, are you performing for the stage that you on, or are you performing for yourself? Because it's the same thing as an artist. The question you have to ask: are you creating music for you, or are you creating music for your audience?
All right, listen. I don't know about that, but we gotta go to these next two topics so we can get out of here. Cause Suave looking at the cameras and all that, so we gotta get out of here. Quick, yeah, I'm trying to get out of here. Couples. Oh, they say couples who buy expensive engagement rings are more likely to get divorced quicker.
Damn, I'm gonna be married forever.
So basically saying
how much you spent on your ring?
I ain't spent nothing yet.
So they saying people that buy expensive rings and have expensive weddings, usually, you know, a lot of relationships go through turmoil because of finances.
I think we should stop getting rings and just start giving high fives.
This guy's crazy. So, you know, since people go into financial
Planning.
no, not financial planning. Some people go to financial debt.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because they bought such a
Between
huge
the ring and the wedding?
And the wedding, and you didn't save any money to do.
And then she leaves you.
Yeah, then the wedding is all. Then everything is, you know. Then she wants a divorce, or he wants a divorce. Cause now you
Not only
arguing
does
about
she
how
want
the
the
bills,
divorce, but she
the bills gotta get
wants
paid.
half. Because I tell you this, you know what I realized? Some women may come with nothing, but no woman leaves with nothing. So if she came with nothing and she leaves with something, guess what she's leaving with? Half of what's yours.
Well, in the state of California, they leave with nothing. They when they get divorced.
Yeah.
So, you know, listen. So in that case, you know, make sure you do things conservatively when you getting your significant other. Men out there, you proposing, get something that's modest so you won't have trouble in the long. As I said, and ladies, be mindful that you're trying to build a legacy and build a future with this person.
The
not
ladies
put
gonna say
yourself in financial
you
debt.
zesty and sassy. That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah,
Just 'cause
whatever.
you
I'm
said
just
that.
telling them, don't put yourself in financial debt in the beginning of your marriage if you don't have to. Other news, man. This was kind of crazy this week, man. This news I heard. This story is about a 6-year-old little girl. Her mom was in Walmart, and her mother bought a TV. And as she was taking the TV outside of a Walmart, an employee ran over to her and said she has to produce the receipt. She realized that she dropped the receipt on the floor and didn't have it. But the cashier, she signaled to the cashier that she got the TV from, and the cashier told the other Walmart employee, no, she paid for the TV. That Walmart employee started to still continue to follow her outside the store because she's like, yo,
And
I paid
berate
for
her.
it. I paid for it. She told you I paid for it. I'm bringing the TV to my car. I ain't got time for this. As she going out pops were called over to the scene, and it was a cop that was known to kind of harass, especially black people in this area.
Was she black?
The cop was white. I think she was.
Was she black?
She was black.
The lady was black.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And it was another lady cop, and I think she wrestled her to the ground, threw her to the floor, knocked her unconscious from what I was reading. And the mother had
The 6-year-old daughter.
6-year-old daughter, the mother had told her how to use a gun, and told her what a gun, like she knew the gun was in the glove compartment. So the daughter went to the car, grabbed the gun,
Oh, I know the story.
and when she grabbed the gun, she told the officer to get off her mother, the officer was about to grab her gun when the little girl pointed the gun at the officer.
Mm-hmm.
Before she could grab her gun out, the little girl shot the officer in the eye. Her mother came to and rushed over to her daughter as she was supposed to. Cops, authority brought them in, and you know they let her go. They watched back the tapes. They saw that she bought the motherfucking TV, that she didn't steal it. They saw the employee tell the other employee that she bought it, so they didn't even understand why, which I think that other employee should be brought up on charges for falsely accusing this woman for buying the TV, and you got the other officer killed. So listen, thank God the little girl's back home to her mother. I hope they get some serious
they didn't.
therapy.
They didn't bring the little girl up on any charges.
Or the mother, and she's back home.
So it was a licensed gun then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a licensed gun, and she got a TV, and hope the little girl gets some therapy after that, because that gotta be traumatic for her.
Yeah.
And they should sue Walmart to the highest extent.
Yes, they should.
You know what I mean?
And I think they should sue the police department.
Yeah. So that was crazy. But look, shout out to the little girl for protecting her moms. I don't fault her for none of that shit. So.
Well, no police department is getting sued by no black people, not while your boy in.
No.
Oh, Donald Trump? Yeah, he don't want no police.
Why he my boy?
I like Mo.
And other sad, vindicating news, I guess, in some type of way. I was watching Gilly with Gilly and
My
Wallow,
man Gil, yeah.
and he was talking about his son. I seen the story a couple of weeks ago though, and I was talking to Mo about it. But he opened up about it on Shannon Sharp show about his son being killed by another 17-year-old. I don't know if the kid was 17-year-old or 16 when he killed the son, but
Talking about the basketball player, right?
basketball player. And when I heard the story, I said that this kid was diabolical, bro, because this kid was like a D1 basketball player by day, A student by day, but a gangster rapper, killer by night.
Drill rapper.
Right? And he would come out and he would wear this Joker mask. And there was one point he was telling people how many bodies he had. And then, I seen on Run Rap, he was like, yeah, you need 2 hands to count how many bodies I got. And they talked about him and his crew, which, this is all alleged. I don't know if it's true or not, but in this thing I was watching, it was like, yo, him and his crew was just killing people just for the wreck. So basically, if you was big time in Philly where they was at or something like that, yo, we gonna take him out. Not because we got beef, not because he took my girl, not because he got some money for me.
Just for the clout.
Just for clout. And you kids, y'all gotta chill. You know what I mean? Gilly said his son was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. It wasn't meant for his son. And this kid happened to get murdered in front of his mother now.
They shot him 17 times.
Shot him 17 times. So, listen, man, the cycle is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Everything come back full circle, man. So y'all keep thinking y'all gonna be these super gangster killers, man. And you're not gonna make it to 21, you're not gonna make it to 25. Most of y'all ain't gonna make it to 30. And if you do, you're gonna make it to 30 behind a jail cell, spending the rest of your life there. I watched this site that I watch. I think I sent Mo it this morning. All the site through this guy, he just tell all the biggest gangsters and drug dealers that has, I even see my man on it. Shout out to my man Rod Diggs. And he was like, when I heard the sentence, he got like life in jail, 12 life sentences and 105 years added to that. I'm like, what the fuck? And he just tells all these gangsters from all over the country. And I said, yo, every kid needs to see this shit, because you could die 100 times and still wake up and still gotta go back to jail.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is until it happens, bro, all they thinking is not me.
Right.
That's the sad thing.
Yeah.
That's the sad thing, And I think those of us who have avoided jail or avoided prison, I think that there's a point that we just got to where we just realize, like, man, the reality is either you plan your exit or the streets are going to plan your exit. And if the streets plan your exit, that's either going to be them bars or it's going to be the casket. It's one or the other. And I know y'all hear this over and over and over, and it sounds like a cliche, but I'm telling you, man, like, that clock is ticking.
But it's not a cliche, it's a reality.
Yeah, it's a reality. Like, the clock is ticking, and the longer you living in that life, the clock isn't ticking forward. It's ticking backwards, bro. And once that shit hits 0, that's your ass, Mr. Mailman.
What I don't understand is, I just want to say this real quick. I don't think it's that they don't even realize it, because you got to see it. You got homeboys that's dead. You know how many of my homeboys died before I was fucking 18, bro? You know how many homeboys that I know just coming home now? I'm 48. So 2 more years, I'm 50. You know how many niggas is coming home now or about to come home in another 5 to 10 years? So it's like, these kids have seen it in real time. They just not giving a fuck. The reality is there, bro.
See, but they do give a fuck, bro, because I see so many of them in that courtroom when the judge says 25, 30 years, and these little niggas is crying and breaking the fuck down.
Breaking down, and telling.
And a lot of them are telling too. And this is why I'm saying, like, regardless, they're saying, okay, that's him. It ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be me. Not realizing that, yo, look, man, all it takes is for you to make one mistake. You know what I mean? And sooner or later, it's not even about a mistake. It's just inevitable, bro. What do you think? You gonna run around, be the son of Sam, kill 200 people? Like, it ain't gonna work that way. You might get away with 5, 6, 7, 8. But I'm telling you, bro, your number's coming. Like, and when your number come, they gonna hit you with all of those. It ain't worth it, man.
Definitely ain't worth it, yo.
It ain't worth it.
On last news, I just saw this coming in here, man. I seen that Big Meat's show,
Oh, with Rick Ross?
your Coming Home show, has been canceled.
Canceled.
You know, what I'm hearing, I know how true this is. It's saying a lot of rappers pulled out because of the paperwork surfacing that, you know, he might have ratted or snitched, and some of the people pulled out. I don't know if that's the true story. That's what I saw online. But, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure it has to do either it's the artist that pulled out or it had to do with lackluster sales. You know what I mean? Probably they didn't sell it out, or they only sold a percentage of the venue. You know, it has to be one of those two things.
Listen, man, and 50 out here making fun as usual of the whole situation, man. I just think this, I don't know, man. It's just like,
I think 50 Petty is just so. His pettiness,
I
I
can't even-
laugh, but then I'm like, yo,
I can't even laugh at the pettiness no more.
fam, pull back, man.
Yeah, I can't laugh at it because I think too much people entertain it. And that's why people just allow it, man. Like, at some point, it got to chill. I think 50 is so dope as a creative.
Yeah, because he got some good shows,
And
man.
he got the shows, he got the music. Yo, go do what you do best, man. All that other shit you ain't got to do,
Do
bro.
you know? But do you know what I think is the worst thing about that behavior is that 50's very influential, bro. And there's a whole generation. There's millions of people that's watching him on social media that are gonna mimic that behavior because they think that shit is cool.
And that's our dividedness.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 50 could get away with it, but the niggas that follow you ain't gonna get
They
away with
not.
certain
A
shit.
lot of people gonna get they head blown off over the
Yeah, you gonna get
disrespect.
smoked,
Like,
you know what I'm saying? So they gotta be careful. Talking about 50 Cent, just want to transition to. I know that was the last thing I'm saying, but just want to bring this one other thing up. Seen Preem's son this week come out, and his father got at him for getting online, going back and forth with 50 after Irv died and all that stuff. And his father kind of said, "Yo, listen, I'm kind of gonna disown you until you get your stuff together."
yeah, he said
and
he's
get
not
off this
gonna
internet."
condone the buffoonery. Whether this
And-
is my son, I love him and all, but I can't condone the buffoonery.
But I want to commend his son. I don't
Hell
know his
yeah.
son. How his son took what his father said and came online and go, "Yo, listen, man." Basically, he chose his pops.
That was really mature. And
That was a mature thing.
I think that was, bro. I always looked at Shorty as a little boy, but the way he responded back, like when I tell you, like I don't know Shorty, but I was proud of him. Like, it just showed me that he's maturing and he's growing.
And he got it. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he stay on the right track. And I hope, 50 Son could do the same thing with his pops. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Lil Marquise is going to do that, but I hope that he could do the same thing with his son.
Marquise is funny though. I ain't gonna lie.
No, he was funny.
That
though,
post he put up when he was like, "You thought you was special." Yo, shit, I be dying.
That's what I'm saying, man. The performances, man.
Like father, like son. But now I did like what Preem's son did, and I
Yeah.
just to see, somebody go, "Yo, I get it, pops. I'ma chill out." That was really dope. So I gotta commend that also. You know what I mean?
Especially in this climate, right? In this climate of when the younger generation has no respect for the older generation, and they think that we're old and we're not hip and we don't know what the hell we talking about. Like, to see him take his father's words so seriously and to actually use
Be accountable.
Yeah, be accountable,
Be accountable.
and to use his pop's words to grow some type of wisdom within his own self to begin to move differently, man. Like, I think that's beautiful.
So
That's beautiful. So shout out to you, Shorty.
shout out, man.
Growing up, fam.
But
Grow
look,
up.
man, this is another episode of
Flavor Videos
Nah,
/ Brooklyn Boys
Radio.
Radio.
Thank you to Bobby Simmons,
With
man.
Bobby
Hold on, real quick, man.
Simmons.
Bobby, can you
The
tell people,
legend.
Can you tell the people where to find you?
Yeah, people can find me on, I got the Instagram, which is under BSBVBK. So that's Bobby Simmons, Brownsville, Brooklyn. Or you can find me on,
I thought
Facebook,
that was a
Bobby.
gang.
I know, BSBVBK. You can, on Facebook, Bobby Simmons, or everybody can tune in and listen to me on iHeartRadio, 101.9, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then I do 6 a.m. I do 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. morning shows over there. So you got iHeartRadio. You can just tune in to 101.9, check me over there. And you can catch me doing live streams off and on some Flavor Video stuff. You can catch it on Apple TV, Amazon TV, My man Fran Lover, they got a new
Big up to Fran, that's my man.
Shout out to Fran. The hip hop channel, you can get that on your television too, your television set as well. So everybody can catch me over there. So real quick too. Also check out the brand new Stetsasonic album. Here we go again. It's a good album. Well, to us, it's a good album. We got great response on it. We got a Grammy nod, but we didn't get
Listen, that's big.
in.
That's big,
But
though.
we was happy that at least our
big.
peers said, "Hey, we're gonna,
We see
take a
you.
look
That's
at
dope.
it." So we appreciate it. So
Congratulations on
you can get that Stetsasonic album is available now, everywhere. So shout out to everybody who participated on it.
Yeah, y'all know Bobby was a drummer in Stetsasonic. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So shout out to Stetsasonic.
Appreciate it.
Peace to Daddy Yo. You know what I mean? But look, man, we was a pleasure having you. Shout out to the Woodstack.
What
Shanice,
stays
Yes.
we appreciate you.
Thank you, Shanice.
Ada!
Appreciate you,
That's all I'm
Grandma.
saying. Fuck it.
And all the women stuff, I stayed on this side.
You know what I'm saying? And, shout out to Bum Ass Suave and Cino was here tonight. He gave us a chair. Fuck him in his chair. But yeah, we here.
Brooklyn.
Word up,
Yeah.
Brownsville.
Out.